Liberty Walk kit for an RX7 in stock by any chance? This is our new Liberty Walk project, and in the next 24 hours we are going to completely transform it. So, let's set the timer, let's get into it. Countdown has started.
Yeah, so everything is about a countdown now. So we started off by telling you guys that we had 2 weeks to build a Liberty Walk RX7. That changed to 10 days because the truck has to leave to go across the continent to Germany to get another ferry to Finland and then go to the event, where we're going to meet Kato and Toshi from Liberty Walk to reveal the car. However, we've now had another situation where both times have changed, as in ship times, that we now have 7 days to finish this car. So we've got 1 day to fit the kit, 4 days for paint, 1 day for livery, and maybe 1 day for final assembly with wheels, suspension, everything else. It's very tight. Like, I'm getting a little worried now.
There's literally Craig started the kit now, and Joey's here getting a paint match because Joey's obviously been given loads of time this time.
I did draw him in with a lot more time, and then he was like, oh, it's very tight, but we'll get it done. And now I've taken 3 days off that. So Craig and Joey probably will never speak to me again at the end of this car build, but we now have very little time. We also have no door in the shed. We only have 2 SP toolboxes, but that's enough. This is going to be against the clock. I am very concerned, Josh. I'm very concerned. This is not for YouTube that we're trying to do this in some mad challenge. This is just all the time we have.
We kind of got taken away by the Lamborghini, but the Lamborghini wasn't as dramatic as this kit. This kit is essentially building another car.
Well, it's the roof and the doors that's left on the RX7. Everything else gets changed, and we also have to bond the rear wings, which we haven't done before. So look, more importantly, we have great people working on it, but we have lack of tools, lack of space. The weather is going to affect us in here. Joey has to get it right first time. Everything has to go smoothly into plan. Any mistake, any delay on anything, and we're in trouble, and this car is not going to make it to Finland. Yeah, 7 days, a lot of talented people, and we're going to need a lot of luck.
Pleasure is pain and the pain is pleasure. Grass won't grow with no rainy weather. We keep flipping coins for luck and we're just trying to ease the suffering. Broke our heart first and my own got shattered.
So there's a bit of a debate between all of us at the moment on the lights.
So we have 2 choices. We can go with, as all other Liberty Walk RX7s are, you just put the pop-ups or the blanks on it, and it's a very smooth front. But this particular car came with Oriam Mamiya, sort of motorsport twin headlamps, and I'm thinking, because they're so like sleek and they don't pop up, because a race car wouldn't have pop-ups because it would be unaerodynamic. Is this making it more look like an RX7 than a Porsche? And does it look better? And we're all kind of 2 minds about it.
I was going to say, I think it's like a 50-50 split between everyone, between the pop-ups and these ones. I, of course, pop-ups. You're very much these.
I think these just make it look a little bit more like a race car. But
also, you're saying that I don't think there's another one on this kit with these lights that all have the smooth look with the covers on. So
my worry about it is that, and it looks great either way, but you've got this amount of car here that doesn't have anything except it'll have a livery, which will be fine, but does this break it up a little bit and give it a bit more going on? Craig is of no opinion?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm a man of not many emotions at the moment.
that is the thinking face.
So what are you voting, yes or no?
I'm going lights.
You're going lights, I'm going lights, you're going no lights, and he's going no lights. That's great. We're going to sort this one out. 50-50.
You know what, I think that's a later down the line problem. I don't think it has to be decided yet.
Paint the light covers and we'll wrap it.
Last minute if we want. I think we say lights, and if we put the livery on it and we think the lights are letting it down, we'd have to run the livery through the lights. So we'd have to do the livery with the blanks, and then we'd have a choice. We could do that, I think. It's not like we've loads of time. We're grand. We can just mess around a little bit.
23 hours and 9 minutes.
Yeah.
I say a lot has been achieved. What are we, 50 minutes in?
To be fair, this is only mocked up and nothing supported, and it's all over the shop, but you can see how mad this kit is on us. Like, if you look at the RX7 on the back, because we've never seen one half assembled, you can see how aggressive the front of the car is compared to the standard car now, which looks wild.
We have also just measured the car, which was a squeaky bum moment, and it fit. The RX7 is a
It
small
will
car.
fit in the truck because the car is wide, but the car starts as a very small car, very narrow car. So it will fit. Whereas the Liberty Walk Murcielago would 100%, even in stock form, have struggled to fit. So this will fit, but now Craig Coleman and I are going to have an argument about lights for a week, and I think at the end, one of us is going to win out. But I think what I would do, as you said, paint the blank, and if we want to delivery with the blanks, we do it, and we can always switch them over back. That's a very easy switch.
Not really a solution, but
We've learned nothing here. You just wasted your time listening. We have no idea still. Anyway, we'll crack on.
So the time is ticking, and obviously there are a lot of parts to this. I mean, we've got big diffuser, we've got loads of canards there and there, side skirts, rear arches, rear bumper, even a rear boot lid. And what you may say is a generous time frame, I'm not too sure it actually is, because it's not just an easy bolt-on kit like some of the other stuff that we do. There's a lot more figuring out and custom brackets and everything like that. And to make matters worse, well, the instructions were in one of these, and all we have is the certs. So unfortunately we don't have any instruction manuals, but Craig, we don't need instruction manuals, do we?
No, we don't need any instructions yet, we're good.
So we're in this in the dark a little bit. We have all of the hardware. Fortunately it's in Japanese. What does FB stand for?
FD,
Front bumper? 20 things in here. There can't be this for a front bumper. Okay, so that was no help at all. Anyways, we're gonna get cracking, try and throw this all on and see where we're at, because at the end of the day, fiberglass is a, how would you say fiberglass is? Sorry, half camera. It's a hand.
Cunt.
Fiberglass can be a bit of a bugger, and it's handmade, so it's not absolutely perfect because all the holes are drilled out by hand and everything like that. So a few of the holes may need massaging up, a few of the things may need lifting and whatever, but it's just a process of going back and forth trying to get the panel gaps, like the best panel gap from here to the bonnet and everything like that. So we don't really know where we're at until we're throwing everything on. And yeah, and Craig's got his Liberty Walk jumper on just to, is that for support? Will that help the matter?
I don't think it's helping.
May not help them out, but it is available in the Drift Games store. So 22 hours and 25 minutes to go. We've got the time lapse going. So let's go.
Everyone rejects me, even in my best dreams. And I've come to realize, I can see it in your eyes, you're out to get me. Yeah, I know you're out to get me. Everyone rejects me, living in a conspiracy. And I've come to realize.
So stuff actually seems to be going pretty smoothly this morning, but obviously with a massive swedge. I'm going to call it a swedge of a bumper because it is a massive, like the weight of it is ridiculous, and to go on the existing mounting points, which is on there and the wings, wasn't really going to cut it too much. But Craig, quickly fabbed up a bumper, didn't you? How long did this take?
We ripped up that bumper bar there in the last 15-20 minutes.
15-20 minutes. You know what? Is the paint even dry?
Oh, it's just about drying, Josh. It's just about drying.
There you go, hook it on. Oh, hang on.
Our bumper bar we made is a little bit too tight.
There we go. Okay, so obviously Craig didn't just whip this up in the last 15, he says he did. So this bumper bar came on the car originally for the other bumper, and we thought no way would it fit because it was a completely different bumper, but we thought we'd just try it just to see. And Craig's more surprised at this than I am because you thought it was never going to fit.
Well, seeing as the bumper is a completely different shape and is lower than the car, I don't know how it works, but it works.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure how, but obviously a lot of these bumpers are molded off the original thing, so it still has the same curvature in some sense. Obviously I think the original stops about there and this just carries on about another foot. But that is, what do you call this? A wet fit?
Yeah, wet fit.
So we are wet fitted on the car, which is pretty good going. I'll give you a time reference here. We are, that's about an hour and a half to do one side, so hopefully it'll be faster the other side. The only thing that we're going off really is these pictures from the catalogue. So we've got a side on there, a rear and the front, so we can kind of, if Liberty Walk did these and the panel gapping is kind of the same, then that's obviously how it's intended to be. But I will point out a few of the issues that we have. So obviously we keeping the same color on the car as before, and we thought we didn't have to really paint anything with the shell. But annoyingly, the other fenders were here, so there's holes there, so we're gonna, Joey will have to fill those in and paint those as well. One of the other issues is the fuel cap, completely different positions, so I'm not sure what we're going to do there. We may relocate it into the boot that Wayne, well, I wouldn't say happily agreed to do, but he said he's going to do it anyways. Secretly, the way that you make Wayne do something is tell him he's never going to be able to do that.
Isn't that right, Wayne?
Hey, yeah, he just said yeah. So the front's all fairly good, that's all replacement parts, so there's nothing really wrong there. Maybe get this gap a little bit better, but from the pictures from Liberty Walk, it does kind of look similar to that. I think this is kind of a race car style, so I think it's acceptable to be a little more rough around the edges instead of a complete show car style. But the final problem that we have, and this is probably the biggest one and will take the most amount of time, is this all lines up pretty good. But because race car, there is a halfing air gap there where you can see through, and obviously all up here was covered by the original arch, so we're gonna have to, because this is on show, you can't kind of do what you did here where it's kind of cut, folded up and riveted, which is, I mean, it gets the job done, but it's not the neatest thing in the world. So what we do on this part has to be neat because it's going to be seen. So there's no grill or anything there, which that's a down the line problem actually. That's future problem, right?
Yeah, you hungry?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit peckish. I think we've earned this, Craig. Do you want to drop this on some wheels and take it to the shops?
1, 2, here comes the 5, 6. Bizarre spit flow like we draw fours out sits. Come through, take down flat sticks. Is that sick low like we throw out hotness? 1, 2, here comes the 5, 6. Bizarre spit flow like we draw fours out sits.
Sometimes it has to look worse before it gets better.
It's getting there though. Craig's doing a great job. You and Craig look adequately dirty for this job at the moment from lying on the ground.
There's been a minimal fallout so far. Only a few.
We're seeing some issues, but this isn't the only transformation that's going on this week, because I can't be here all the time, because while we're building essentially a new car in a half-built shed with no door and no tools, we're also trying to build up our office in Mandela Park, so we're going to go over there now and show you guys the transformation since the last time you saw it when it was falling apart. Thanks, Adam.
So stuff moves pretty fast around here, it seems.
Me and Adam were in IKEA earlier on, and we were literally standing there going, we're literally just doing this again. We just did this 6 months ago. Other stuff for another office, but as I said, building all the new cars, that's fun. Building all the new furniture, not as fun.
You say that, I think that's my ideal of heaven.
I'll build a Liberty Walk RX7.
A sentence was said building a Liberty Walk car.
Remember in our old office, we used to just look out the glass at all our cool cars. Now there's a Fiesta.
That is prime.
These windows were all boarded up, so we had to replace all this and do it all up. But like, this grandstand is temporary. Serious view of the track. Like, turns of the drift event track, which is where Drift Masters was, what, 2 days ago? If that grandstand wasn't there, you could judge the event from up here. It's that good of view. Yeah, need desks, storage, still haven't done the wiring, still need to do the plugs. But within a week we should be fairly okay. Operational is the word. That's all we need is operational. We don't need anything more these days. We used to be like trying to chase perfection. Now we're just like, can we sit down? Can I use my computer? So hopefully by the end of you putting the RX7 together, this will have transformed a little bit as well.
Well, we're going to say, what is going to be the biggest transformation? The RX7 or our office?
They're two very similar builds.
Well, think about it. This was a narrower room, so we've technically wide-bodied the office.
Yeah!
It's white. RX7's
I
white.
like the RX7. I see where you're going with this.
There was a lot of boxes to open and things to stick and build.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a pretty nice job. It's obviously a lot better than it was. We still have a lot to clean up and get ready, but we'll put our own touch on it over the next week. I think it'll look pretty nice.
I'm actually looking forward to having a desk again. It's been a long time since we've had our own desks.
What is it, eight weeks since we've had a desk for Josh to fill full of crap, basically. You know the way you really just shouldn't be around flat surfaces because you just leave that techno slug, cameras, batteries, crap everywhere. This is your desk, just here. For a laptop and no space to put anything more on it.
Wait till you see the chair we got you as well.
It said aged 5 to 7, but I think I'll grow into it. Alright guys, well we can't show you the office without showing you the new merch room, which is almost constructed. It's still an absolute mess, and if you guys have ordered stuff from us, obviously remember that the first batch of order we got this year burned in the fire. The second we had to go to a temporary place, and in the last week or two we've had to move it all here as well, and we've had events, so it's been really chaotic. But we're getting on top of the orders. We're promising you guys in the next week or two we'll be getting through absolutely everything. But before we get all through that, we have got some cool new stuff. So one thing we did this year, which we were really excited about, took us a little longer than we wanted it to get there, and we launched at Drift Masters with a jersey for each of our drivers in Drift Masters, Connor Falvey and Ryusuke Akiba. We wanted to like match the cars with the jerseys, have like a home and away kit, like a football jersey, but with a cool drift game style, and I think these came out absolutely unbelievable. So you can see this is Ryusuke's one. It's got all of our sponsors on there. It's got the fade from the color of his car, and it's like absolutely identical fade to the colors on the car. And then on the back, this is quite football style. We got Akiba, his number is 69. You can ask him. And we also have Team Reverse on here as well, Liberty Walk, really cool. All of our sponsors on the sleeves, really breathable fabric. We took a long time looking through a lot of samples to make sure that these were really high quality. We know us, we don't do anything cheap. We can make loads more money by making cheap stuff, but we like stuff that people want to wear all the time. And this is Connor's one, which is the same fade on the bottom, and on the back has Falvey 412. So these have just come into stock. We sold quite a few of them at Drift Masters. They are going to be limited edition, so if you want to grab one or both, get onto the shop right now. And we want to see you rocking these at events throughout the year, because it shows great support to the guys, and they're almost like tearing up seeing people walking around with their name on a jersey. So it's super cool. So check them out in the shop. They are just fresh into stock. So we just come back from Mondello. The lads are under serious pressure here, but Craig Coleman is a bit like Popeye. You have to kind of give him some spinach. So I've got it here. I know you're deep in the build, but I have some motivation for you.
Wow. Oh, thanks.
There you go, get a few of them into you.
Thanks.
So this isn't formally in the instructions for putting on body kits, but if you have a few jellies, you can keep people motivated. It's good, it's good.
There's not many diffusers that need a jack to install. That's how big this thing is.
Size doesn't matter.
Compensating for something in this case, I'd say. So it's got 2 big fins, 2 small fins. I say this has got as much downforce of this like as an F1 car, so you could drive it like upside down in a tunnel, I would say.
You can try it.
Accident last weekend. Upside down the port tunnel. But that's what they're probably trying. They just didn't have a Liberty Walk kit, though. That's why they collapsed.
Yeah, that was a problem there. They had no rear diffuser like this for downforce. Okay, so one of the issues that we're having is the fuel filler is there, and on the kit the hole is there, as you can see from my skillful drawing. So we need to figure out a way from get it from each place, which I'm thinking take this off, put there, reconnect. Simple as that until we actually do it, and then something drastically is going to go wrong. I realise you're doing a pro job here, buddy.
Full time.
Are you cleaning it?
Yeah.
Nice. We thought was going to be a ball ache of a job, actually turned out to be not too bad. So we've got the fuel filler on the outside, and you're sealing it up nicely so none of the bad stuff gets in there. You give it a lick of the finger and a smudge.
Bit of panel wipe on the finger and a smudge. It's not pretty, but it's just the way they make you do it. So
OEM++.
OEM poo.
But you get fuel into the car, and that's all that matters. I think you can tell that we've been using this catalogue quite a bit. All the dirty finger marks everywhere, because like I said earlier in the video, this is our instruction manual. But I think the car, Craig, I think we've done alright.
I don't think we've done too bad now, Josh.
We've not done too bad, and if you look at the timer here, 13 hours 20 minutes. I reckon we can get a bit of a night's sleep and crack on in the morning.
I'm absolutely going for a night's sleep and cracking on in the morning.
We're still coming off the back of Drift Masters, and me and Craig are still quite sleepy from a heavy weekend of work, not drinking, work.
Pity we never do any drinking though, isn't it?
We'll celebrate by doing a bit of drinking after this, shall we?
Sounds good.
That'd be motivation to get it done. So we're gonna call it a day today, not rush everything, because when we come back tomorrow, a lot of the trickier stuff's gonna happen, like shaving this to get this line better and just figuring out the kit a little bit more. So gonna go home, have a snooze, see you guys in the morning. Time is ticking. May have slept in a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. Just under 3 hours to get this car done, but realistically I think we smashed it yesterday. Unless we come into any unknown problems today or for the next 3 hours, because we need to get this to Joey O'Neill for lunchtime, I think we're good. Craig got the diffuser in last night. He just needs to tighten up a few bolts, but how aggressive does that look, honestly? From that angle, that just looks absolutely obnoxious. I think this is a car is very much a love or hate. There's very little in the middle, but there's no taking away. It looks crazy. It's crazy how a body kit can transform a car this much. And as far as the kit fitting actually goes, it's fairly incredible. We haven't had to trim anything. The only thing that needs to be trimmed is the line there. So as far as fiberglass kits go, that's pretty impressive. So we're going to put the arches on, and we need to put in these lights, drop it down into wheels, and see how ridiculous of a wheel we need for Strom to custom make, because none of their standard wheels is really going to cut the arch gap. Right, I'm going to be honest, I think that's pretty much done. Diffuser looking sweet. We actually put it up a little bit, so I think it fits a little bit better. So when you stand in here, which you would be normally, I'm sure if you can tell on camera it's quite wide, but the only thing that we did have left to do is this line. But we think that Joey is probably a better person to do that, because he's going to be doing all the finalizing of the tiny final fit bits. So in my opinion, not a bad way to break in the new garage. We still don't have a door. We barely have any tools. We haven't got the tough tiles down. We pretty much have nothing. So it's kind of cool, if you ask me, that our first project in our garage before it was done with what we have is a Liberty Walk RX7. But for now, I think we need to clear up all the tools, because there is a lot everywhere. So let's get a tidy garage, because a tidy garage is a happy garage, and then we're going to lower this thing on some wheels and kind of get a first-ish look of what this car's actually going to look like. Well, Craig, I think with time for lunch, I would say 34 minutes and 1 second left. That's not bad going.
I need 35 minutes for my lunch, Josh, so it's not going to work.
Technically, legally, I think we get an hour as well, don't we?
Don't know, something like that.
We wouldn't know about that. But the car is done. I'm just going to clarify something before we go any further. I actually went on YouTube for the first time in a week last night, and I saw Matt Armstrong did a very similar thing of 24 hours. Now, we started this video before I watched that, and I wasn't copying, and just want to clarify that.
Josh is a big fan.
Big fan, but not copying. The mission was in 24 hours we were going to have this kit fitting ready for paint. So obviously it'd be ridiculous having 24 hours it to be finished, because painting is going to take 3-4 days or something like that, so wouldn't be possible. But we do have it all fitting nice and tight for Joey. Now there is a few things to button up once it comes back. These lights are made for the standard bonnet, so this is raised up more, so we're just going to have to make some brackets to raise them up, but we're not going to do that till the final fit and finish of the car, so we can get it lined up perfect. But as far as it goes, this is probably the most dramatic kit we've done on the channel, I'd say, and it's not actually too bad.
Yeah, Josh, I think it's definitely out there.
out there, like I said earlier, love or hate, let us know in the comments. Do you love it or do you hate it? Personally, I do really like the RX7 as standard, but I can really appreciate the race car look of this kit, looking like the Porsche. Where the I actually forgot we had to take the exhaust off for the diffuser. Sounds louder now anyways. Actually sounds pretty good. Alright, next up, O'Neill Auto Body, and the sun has actually come out for the first time in Ireland in a long time. Craig, don't put your wipe on, whatever you do. Stop it!
Tracing the lines, you can measure the size, matching the colors, can't tell one from another, tagging up the coastline.
Okay, so this is home for the RX7 for the next Thursday, Fridays. That's 4 days.
I have a sleeping bag in the paint room and I think I'm going to be sitting in it for a while, but I'm going to aim for Sunday night. I think Sunday night we'll have it finished.
Well, you're very enthusiastic when you first heard about this, so hopefully the enthusiasm carries on to power you through this to get done, because if we're going to be honest, it's let's call a spade, pretty much a full respray.
It's pretty much just a full respray. The only thing we're probably not doing is inside the door shut. That's that size. So, talk to me on Saturday and see how enthusiastic I am then, but for now I think we're mad.
You know what, we're going to love you and leave you, and hopefully when we come back this car is, well, it's still going to be, it's white now, it's just going to be the same white, I guess. Right, see ya.
So, what a difference 24 hours makes on the RX7, but also here in Mondello Park. So we have got, finally, a merch room that does function, and we couldn't have done it without some very special friends at rackzone.ie. So Rackzone basically do all these really nice racks, they do all of these plastic boxes, they do the heavy industrial stuff. We have a packing station there, and you'll see down here we've got a ton more stuff from rackzone.ie here. You guys want to follow them, they're on Instagram, Rackzone Storage. They're unbelievable, they've sponsored all of this for us, and they're also really nice to deal with. Rackzone also do these really handy little clear perspex boxes as well, which is perfect for our accessories. They have everything in stock, so if you've got a shed, a garage, you want to store your parts, or even just your stuff at your house, get onto them. It's reasonably priced, they get next day delivery, and it's just, yeah, it's made this entire mess so organized straight away. But it's also very high quality stuff, so we obviously have a bit of weight with all of our hoodies, t-shirts, and everything else in there. So now there is some sense, and that's why some of our orders, as I mentioned, were a little delayed because we're moving everything. Now we have it all organized, we can get back on top of things again. So thank you very much to rackzone.ie. We couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much, and the help we've got, especially from companies in Ireland, has been incredible. But now I want to show you the transformation upstairs in our workspace. What I think is very ironic though is we have a fireplace in our merch room, so you know, the irony, right? So while Josh and Craig have been busy on the RX7, we've been trying to put some shape on somewhere to work. So while we all want to work on car projects all the time, we needed somewhere obviously for everybody to do their work every day. You know, we've got clients that are external, we've got LZ World Tour, Drift Masters, lots of logistics, tons of stuff going on. So this is the new place. So 8 desks, a little bit of memorabilia, some cool stuff. It's all freshened up. A lot of very nice people have sent us some very cool stuff. We've got some memorabilia on the wall. Check this out, we found this in the attic, unopened, from 2007, Need for Speed Pro Street. Now trying to find a PlayStation 2. So just after the fire, our friend Jimmy Oakes and the boys sent us over a lot of different memorabilia from their side, so we're just trying to get through it all. So this is one of the coolest things we have. This is from Joey, and you just saw us drop the RX7 to Joey at O'Neill Auto Body. Just after the fire, he sent us this SR20 rocker cover, which actually has the colors from every single car that he painted for us, most of them being lost. You'll see like Blaine's car there, the Spirit Ray S13, Josh's RX7. So yeah, really, really cool. We even have the GTR in there. So he put that together for us. We're going to try and put it on the wall somewhere. Our friend Trevor got us these really cool cutout signs. We got some photos from when I was driving the Eurofighter, and Trevor again got us this sign, which has obviously become quite symbolic since the fire. Our friends at Precision Tinted Graphics sent us these really nice prints. This was actually a photo taken 4 days before the car was burned, when it was finished in the PTG, so cool to have it. And this is the only thing that remains from the studios, which is the burnt sign from outside, which somehow survived. And then just, you know, for a little reminder, we we have a poster of what it once was. And obviously this is early days, we've only been here a little while. We're gonna add our own touches. It's a temporary home. It's not our final solution to everything, but look, it gets us back on our feet, gets us working, and gets us making cool content for you guys. So the days are ticking down. We are probably pushing our luck on this one. I'm not sure if we're gonna get everything done, but as with everything this year, we've been against the odds. You guys have been supporting us, so thank you so much. If you wanna pick up some merch, we got some stuff back in stock on driftgames.live. Thank you as always to rackzone.ie. Thank you to Mondello Park. Thank you to all the boys for rolling in for the last 2 days to get all this stuff together. And join us on the next episode where we probably stupidly have given ourselves way too short a deadline to pull off an amazing car. We'll see you then.